Share 39. The dinner, the famous, and that crazy behavior. 1993, January, and I had limited my TV addiction to one TV show a week. It came on at midnight on Sunday night, and it was reruns of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Leach. I realized his name was a pun. It was Robin and Leachin from the Rich and Famous. Robin Leach, your host. Anyway, at that time I was reading Town and Country magazine, and there was a party advertised on the calendar of events page. I thought I might get a ticket for this party, for I had no social life in Virginia. Well, a little, but not much. So I thought I'd go way out on a limb and get a ticket to the Red Cross Ball in Palm Beach, Florida. There was a number to call, and I called and got a ticket. Right before I got the ticket, on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, they aired an episode of At Home with Julio Iglesias in Miami. And sure enough, he had 3 English pointers just like my dog Sue. Black and white English pointers. I also had 2 others, different colors, lemon and liver. When the tickets came for the party, it gave the time and the place for the party, and it said, "Special guest, Julio Iglesias." So now I thought, I have a purpose for going. I'm like on a mission. I'm going to go to this party, and I'm going to introduce myself to Julio Iglesias. I'm going to convince him to move to my part of Virginia, where several celebrities do live already, because it would be better for his dogs to be out of that house in Miami. Then he'll owe me one now, and I'll be a worthwhile human being, because I'll be friends with Julio Iglesias, and he will have done it on account of his love for his dogs, so his admiration for me will be genuine. So I get to the party with my date, who doesn't have a ticket, and I explain to the chairperson that we need a second ticket. We don't need to be seated together for dinner. She says, "That's okay. I can get you together. I can seat you 2 together. Julio's mother had just canceled with her friend, and I can put you 2 together." So in a party of over 60 tables, we are to be seated at table number 1 with the Iglesias entourage. So I am now really going to get to talk to Julio for sure. As it was, he didn't even have dinner with us. He just came out and sang after dinner. But I left a long note in 3 or 4 languages in which he sings with a childhood friend of his from Madrid, whom we ate with, who told me that Iglesias was selling his farm in Argentina and maybe wants to buy another somewhere else. But I never heard from him. That same weekend, I was staying at the Brazilian Court Hotel in Palm Beach, where someone famous had died of a drug overdose, of heroin, and I thought, there but for the grace of God go I. I get to stay in this great hotel, and I do not even drink, let alone die of a heroin overdose. On that same weekend also, in the newspaper machine in front of the hotel, was the headline, "DuPont Air Murders Wrestling Partner." And I thought, wow, there but for the grace of God go I, too. All that crazy behavior